And we are live. Theoretically, I think, perhaps, maybe. To whoever saw me for like a split second, half an hour ago now, maybe? No, you didn't. Okay. That was meant to be like a private test, and I set it to public, and yeah, that's that. And then I went to delete it, and then I saw that 22 people already saw it. I was like, oh no. So we'll see. Can we get 22 people in this stream? Because I'm expecting like 3. That'd be fun. But nobody's here at the moment. That's fun. And if nobody's here, well, I'll just talk on my own. About what? I don't know. Because this is meant to be a Q&A. So, hey, Bree! Alright, I'll try the mod thing on the little dots. Oh yeah, easy peasy. You made it, Darren! Oh, hell yeah! And who else? Oh, hello, David. Hi, Edwin. I'm sorry calling you nobodies. That's just because I've got the control panel and it says 0 views, so I thought nobody was here. So as I can see, I guess that's unreliable, so I won't rely on that. Can I see how many people are in the chat? I'm sorry I offended you all. But I feel better knowing that I'm not speaking to myself, because I do that way too often anyway, so that's not the point of going live, is it? How's everyone doing? It's suddenly very hot in my basement. Oh, now you're not responding. I see. Okay. If I were to tell you how I'm doing, I'm extremely nervous. Isn't it weird? That's why I've got... Oh, why did it look... It looks pink or like red. Does it look pink to you? Anyway, it's not pink. It's... Yeah, it's meant to be that colour. Whatever. That's why I've got a little... I've got a little drink to calm down. Happy Hump Day. What does that mean? What does that mean? Is it related to this? I don't know. You've got to explain everything to me like I'm 5. Thank you. But yeah, isn't it weird? It feels like I'm, you know, when you're doing an oral presentation at school. Well, I don't know if you guys were nervous about that, but I was. Oh, Wednesday is Hump Day. Oh. And on Wednesday we wear pink. Why is it Hump Day? I'm thinking, my gears in my head are going at it. Yeah, exactly. All downhill from here. The gears are already struggling. Oh my goodness. My laptop, you didn't get to see that, thankfully. It's from a Vine. What? Okay, maybe. You didn't get to see me kick my laptop and my light, thankfully, but it happened. Okay, because the week is halfway over. That makes sense. Surely. It doesn't to me. But anyway, happy Hump Day. My brain literally went, Hump Day, Humpty Dumpty. Does it have to do with Humpty Dumpty? Because I'm not that familiar with the story of Humpty Dumpty. Hump in the middle of the week. Okay, like a little book. I see. Well, happy Hump Day, and that's that. Hope it's a fun little break for all of you who have work. Hope it's a fun little moment we're gonna have here. Kicking my laptop and and having my brain gears running. Oh, see, now it's showing me that there are 12 views. It was just late while you were already in the chat. So, hello everybody. I think I've waited long enough, I suppose, for people to join. I mean, obviously they're going to keep on joining. But I want to add a little Q&A thing. Apparently I can do that, and you guys can ask me questions. I mean, there are 12 people. I can totally read your questions, but I just want to try it out, okay? This is kind of a tryout live because I've never really done it. Well, I've done it once and nobody was there, literally. I was just talking about download. I guess that would have been a year ago now. Like a little over a year ago, but it feels like 3. You know what I mean? You had your one singular workday today. Oh, yay! There you go. That's the perfect start of the weekend alive with me. Why say something? I'm trying to set up the Q&A thing, and I'm going to be trying out things throughout this live. We might do some reactions, just to see if it flops or not, if my laptop can endure it. I normally download the videos to avoid Wi-Fi issues. I wasn't able to do that, so we'll see. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just start with a Q&A. And now the Q&A thing is asking me to say something, so I'll say ask me anything. You guys let me know if you see it. Oh, what's happened? Questions? Okay. I have exited the chat now. Okay, so I can change things. You guys don't see what I'm attempting to do. I guess I could share my screen so you... No, not that. Okay, I am back in the chat. Interesting. You see it. Okay, great. Thank you, Bree. Weird that it's having me exit the chat to look at the questions. So maybe it's not that great of an idea. You don't have to use it. You can just ask in the chat. If you have anything to ask, you don't have to ask me anything either. But yeah, hope everyone's doing fine on this middle of the week. I was thinking we could talk about, I don't know, music we've discovered recently or music we're excited for. Or if you just ask me questions as well, get to know me better, give me ideas on what to put on my wall, because there's a big gap here that we need to fill. I mean, I do have a bunch of prints that I can put up. I just need frames and stuff. Oh, what band am I dying to see live? Does it have to be a band I've never seen? Or a band I've already seen like 5 times? Because if it's a band I've already seen, I'm dying to see again Sleep Token. And Vessel approves. If it's a band I've never seen, good question. Am I dying to see live? Not the type of questions I ask myself often, clearly. You know what? I'm kind of really excited to, like, I am going to go see them live, so the dream will come true. And I suppose it could be the answer to this question. Bring Me the Horizon. They are coming to Quebec City in September, like at the end of September, and as pledged, they came to Montreal recently in April, I think, and then I kept seeing videos of the shows, and I had major FOMO, and I was like, I must go. And then right after they finished touring that tour, they announced a new date, and I was like, okay, it's expensive, but I'm gonna go see it. So I'd say Bring Me the Horizon, I think, just because I am so excited to see them. But there are so many bands I would love to see live, honestly. Yeah. Hope that answers the question. It'll stay in my mind if I think of someone else later on. To be fair, like, any Ayreon show would be fucking amazing because you get to see 1,000 artists at the same time. That could also be quite epic. True Friends, Stab You in the Front, yeah. Yeah, that's a great song. That whole album, and Sempiternal, and their new stuff as well, and their old stuff as well. I love them, honestly. They're great live, yeah. Yeah, so it was that tour that they were also doing in Montreal with Motionless in White, and I think Amira Elfiki was also there. And someone else. Was it like 4 artists total, or maybe just 3 artists total? But I believe, let me double check, but I believe they're coming back with the same lineup. Let me see. BD. So I'd be excited to see that as well. I quite like Amira Elfiki, and I don't know, like I know Motionless in White, but I don't know them that much. So that's, I guess if we do reactions, I could react to a Motionless in White song today, and if not, maybe on the channel, and if not, you know, I'll just indulge myself, this week and just listen to all of their stuff. They only play in Tilburg. Is that in the Netherlands? I don't know. In Germany? I guess I guess I'm gonna have to travel, Darren. Oh, what a shame. A shame for my credit card, but not for me. But fair. It must be hard. Like, they can't tour with that many people, like, everywhere, right? Battle Law. Oh, a metal cruise? Hold on. A metal cruise? That's a thing? Are you going on the cruise, David? Who else is on that cruise? What's gonna happen on that cruise? I feel like that's the premise to a very good book or movie. Just like a bunch of metalheads on a cruise. Like, that's not where you imagine metalheads to be. When I imagine people who go on cruises, it's not metalheads. Not that they can't, but you know what I mean. I see like rich blonde American. I don't know why specifically American, but like with a little hat, kind of bougie, kind of posh, you know. Well, so many messages all at once, and I forgot what I was doing. Oh no! Oh no, my mom is messaging me. Stop! So many things are happening. Wait, I'll read the comments first, and I'll look after. The ADHD is also in the chat with me in my head. Right. To what was the place you mentioned, Darren? Tilburg, Netherlands, probably, right? Ian can do what he likes, indeed. What? How? Because Edwin, you're from the Netherlands. How is Tilburg? I've never been. It's from your comment. It sounds like there's not much happening there, other than Aerion. Is it? It's been built exclusively for Aerion, isn't it? If I go on a cruise with you, I don't like big boats. I know it's weird. I have a friend who exclusively will go on big boats. He's scared of falling off the small boats. I like tiny boats. And the big boats, I mean, not that I don't like them, but somehow I get more seasick on big boats. Anyway, so I've never been on a cruise. I don't know if I would like it. I feel like there are too many stories of murders and people being pushed over. There's a rock metal cruise called Shiprocked. That's kind of genius. That's a genius name. Okay. Well, Brie, let me know if you know, if you go, and how it is. Because I am really curious about the vibes on a metal/rock inspired cruise. I don't know, like those two things in my brain do not go together, but you know, life is short, do what you want. What's that number? 70,000? Okay, yeah. 70,000 tons of metal is a thing. Now I kicked my camera. Jesus, I need to stop moving. It's a thing. So there are several, what you're telling me right now is that there are several metal cruises. And I have no idea about it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna finish, close a tab in my head and... Right, okay. Bring Me the Horizon. They are also playing with Motionless in White and The Plot in You. So I will be seeing them. I do quite like The Plot in You as well. Again, don't know all of their stuff. That's the classic for me. I know like 3 songs, I'm like, that's good enough. Unless I go down a rabbit hole. Which is the whole point of my channel. Landlubber Mosshugger. I will, yeah, I mean, if that's the name of the ship, I will go on it just because it mentions Moss. I'm a simple gal. If the ship is covered in moss, absolutely. Oh, you've not been. Well, Edwin, now you're gonna have to scout for it for all of us and go to Tilburg. Vlog, vlog it, share it. The warning played at Shiprocked. Oh, and did Animosity. Oh, that's a good song. And Animosity. Good choice with the line. Ship is going down. Ah, true. Oh, that was clever of them. Clearly, they knew what they were doing. They were like, we have to play this song. I'm curious, like, if anyone was there who didn't know them. Like, I don't know how that line affected them being on a ship. Shiprocked out of Miami. Oh. Oh. That's fun. Wow, meeting on a ship. That's a fun story. I guess that's not gonna happen to me because I don't go on big ships. But if I need to meet other musicians, then I guess I will. And if it's covered in moss, maybe I should just make my own ship. Well, there you go, Edwin. A big fair and the largest pride event. That's good enough. No, but obviously you don't have to go. Just curious. I could just go on Google Maps and look at pictures, and I will be content. I want to assume that if they're performing there, that might just be where Aryan, it's basically the same name, where they live. And they're just like, we get to go home after. They have multiple bands that perform throughout the week. Oh, Hailstorm. So wait, okay, so is the ship docked and they have multiple events on it? So it's not like it's on a ship, but like it's not sailing, or is it? Oh, a metal festival on the high seas. Okay, so it is sailing. Whatever. I'm so confused. Do the bands bring their gear on tiny boats? Sail, like send them to the big boat? I'm just imagining the little like lifeboats bringing like a battery set, like a drum, a guitar. And it's funny to me. Obviously it's not that. Oh, the ship almost went down with the warning on them, on it. Fuck, that would have been horrible. That would have been really sad. Imagine, it's just like, wow, my brain went completely blank. Like, Oliver Tree, there you go. That's his name, right? Who died in a helicopter accident recently, and also, wow, my brain really is going blank. I did one reaction to this other guy. He also died in a helicopter. Blank, complete blank. Whatever. He was good. Sabaton was on the ship. Oh, then the ship can go down. It can. I'm sorry. They're not that bad. They're not that bad. I don't wish anyone to drown. But as long as the warning is not on it. What if it's a ghost ship? Yeah, I'll go on it. What's the name of it? In SpongeBob, the Dutchman, the Flying Dutchman. Is he on the ship? Then I'll go. He was a good pal. A good lad. You're welcome, Edwin. You can stay home. Yeah, it must be where he lives, so surely. Sorry, I'm a bit late on the on the comments now. So I've been babbling. Have I missed some comments? You missed Epica. I'm glad the ship also didn't go down for Epica. Oh, Visions of Atlantis on a ghost ship? That would be quite the vibe. That is so true, Darren. That would have been very, very rock and roll to go, but we don't want to lose them so early. Yes, that is one band I would like to see also, Epica. I do need to go. down their rabbit hole a bit more. So many great artists, but I love Simone's voice, and I know it would be like, I like going to a live show that's also theatrical, and I know that they would bring the theatrics in it. Well, I guess most metal bands would. Not always. Like, it doesn't have to be theatrical, but I feel like it adds a little something. Like, it's not, you're not just there to hear the music, then you get fire, or you get a big grotto as a background, or and that's also why I'm excited to see Bring Me the Horizon in September, because I know they give a hell of a show, music wise and theatrics wise. And I'm honestly excited to see the cameraman try to follow Ollie, because I've seen some clips and it's just so funny because Ollie runs everywhere and the cameraman's like, ah, fighting for his life. Because I think the whole, like, not all, maybe not all of the shows, but they film like a lot of it. I know they filmed the whole film, like a whole concert at some point was it was showing in some cinemas. Black Pearl, the Black Pearl, the name of the ship. Would that be the name of the ship? Rammstein, yes. I guess it would be fun to see. Did you know they were banned in Canada? Not anymore, but like, I think only about, I don't know, 10 years or so ago, they were unbanned from Canada. Rammstein was like not allowed to perform in Canada because I guess they were too intense. I don't really know why. Too much fire, but perhaps. But yeah, fun fact. I'm gonna go. Why? Yeah, I'm not quite sure actually. Maybe I could look it up. I'm gonna check if any questions were asked. I can see this, Darren. Yes, I went to check on the question tab on the Q&A thing. Is the haunted doll actually haunted? This little gal here. Should we test it out? I could bring the REM pod out. But I kind of tested it with. Is it here? No. I have an EMF reader which reads electromagnetic fields, and usually when something is haunted, apparently it has it. And it didn't go off because I filmed a podcast recently that's not out. I will edit it eventually. I'm like 2 episodes late. If you don't know, I have a podcast. If you don't watch my videos up until the end, normally, I have a podcast that I briefly mention, but I also never post, or very rarely. But yeah, anyway, we filmed an episode with her because we were talking about ghosts and stuff. Oh, my tissues. And we tested it. We tried to have a conversation with her, and nothing happened. And the EMF reader didn't go off. And that's it. But I would try again because maybe she was just not talkative that night. Maybe she was asleep, you know. But I don't think nothing has happened. Only the first 2 nights that I had her. But I think I was just anxious. You know, I think my brain was saying she's haunted. So like every creak and everything I was hearing, I was like, oh my god, ghost! What have I done? I brought the demon inside my home. But she's fine. She's chilling. And then maybe I brushed her hair and maybe it calmed her down as well. Mark, I wanted to thank you for watching Ritual. I enjoyed the reaction. Oh, well, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for whoever introduced me to the warning in the first place ages ago. I had a lot of fun during Ritual. It was really long, but I had a lot of fun. I do have my tarot deck nearby if ever we want to go through again. through all of the symbolism again. Okay, I'm coming back to the chat now. This is very stupid. The different tabs. Maybe I can have it on it. Maybe I can make it bigger. No. Okay. Okay. What have I missed? What did Rammstein do? Should I look it up? We can look it up. Maybe I'm making it up as well. Let's look it up. Rammstein band Kanudlia. Huh? Hold on. It's not showing me it. I'm trying to avoid the AI response because I want the real facts. I guess maybe before 2010. Sorry for going silent. I need to focus. Oh, what? Apparently it's false. Oh well. Apparently it's false. That it was online rumors that they were banned. Well, I'm spreading lies. No. Maybe they just didn't play. Maybe they were just not coming to Canada, and people were like, they must be banned because they're too sexual or something. I don't know. So apparently it's wrong. I did not find my trinket shelf, David. I know, it's so sad. I've been even looking on Amazon, and the more, like, the cheapest I found, because I don't want to pay $40 for a shelf with a bunch of holes. Like, I don't know, I feel like that's too expensive. So the cheapest that were like $15 to $20 were literally dollhouse trinket shelves. So this big. I'm glad I read the fucking description and reviews, because I would have had like a tiny thing to put on my wall. Although that would be kind of hilarious, but I'm not paying that amount of money for a tiny little thing. So I'm still on the hunt, and I'm starting to consider making it myself. Because for those who aren't keeping up, I want a trinket shelf on my. I said that wrong. Trinket shelf on my wall. So I can put my trinkets up. So I can have a little tiny wee vessel somewhere on the wall. And other things. I'm sure I have other trinkets that I wanted to put up there. Maybe a candle, like a fun, cute candle. I've got Bilbo you've never seen, who's right there. I'll show you Bilbo. I feel like he should, I mean, he wouldn't wobble. He only wobbles, like, when I do my reactions, he wobbles with me. So I guess he wouldn't be very useful on the wall, but you would get to see him. But he's a bit shy. What else would I put on my trinket shelf? I don't know. But yeah, I'm on the hunt. So if you know where I can find them, let me know. I've been going to thrift stores, which is where normally people find them, and my thrift stores in my area suck apparently. Does the Canadian government not like industrial? Probably, honestly. I don't think, who's in charge now? Carney? I don't see him as a Rammstein guy or an industrial guy. I feel like he probably listens to Katy Perry, and he's a bit jealous right now. Rammstein was supposed to be in your area, but was changed because the city didn't allow the pyro. See, a lot of places have issues with the whole fire thing. Oh, that's annoying. 8 hours away, so I suppose you did go. That's way too far. If anyone's playing in Toronto here, I'm like, bitch, nobody got time for that. Nobody got time to drive to Toronto and book a hotel, because you're not driving back the same night. And trains, don't trust trains in Canada. Expensive for nothing. I wanted to take the train the other day, like a little while back, with in my brain thinking it's more expensive, but it's probably like taking the train. Sorry, I'm so late on all the messages. I'm catching up, okay? Chill. I was like, it's probably like taking the train in the UK, but no. You have to pay extra for your luggage on the train. Like it's a fucking plane. Ridiculous. Stupid. So just out of spite, I will never take the train. Unless they change that. But yeah, just because of a bit of fire, it's kind of sad that they cancelled them. That's sad. My haunted doll needs a boyfriend. Robert the doll? Danny, are you insane? I want a haunted doll, not a possessed doll that will make my life miserable. That's what's kind of scary with dolls. Like, if you do believe in haunted dolls, the like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't even know where to start. Robert the Doll. If you guys don't know Robert the Doll, he's kind of cute. Like, he's a cute little sailor, but I forget the entire story. But essentially, if you're like disrespectful to him when you look at him in the museum he's in, he will make your life miserable. Kind of like Annabelle, you know, the classic Annabelle, where the like a year ago her handler died when she was going on tour. You know, people were like, "Don't take Annabelle anywhere out of that museum." Same thing for Robert the Doll. You know, maybe Bilbo would take the role as her boyfriend. Don't they match? They match a little bit. He's a little hobbit, and she's actually an Anne of the Green Gables. Is that what it's called? I think she looks like that. That's why I keep calling her Anne. But I know you all named her like Gertrude or something. Which also, I don't know how I feel about Gertrude. Ken is jealous. I don't have a Ken. Stop the machines, Willow. Why? What have I done? Holy water against the machine mines. No! Is the stream lagging? You're stressing me out now. Oh, a visa thing for the technicolors. Yes, Holy Walls. I've actually done 2 reactions to them. I believe they're both on the channel and not like on Patreon. So one of them is I Feel Everything, and what's the other one where she licks a foot? It's that one. Wait, what's the name of it? Cult something. I do like them. I do want to listen to more of Holy Walls. I am so lost in all the conversations now. Does he ever feel like a plastic bag? Are we talking about Carney? I forget what I say. I don't know. I'd have to ask him. Let me ring him. Do. Hi. He probably feels like like a machine, actually. Stop the machines. Like an electric car. I feel like he probably feels like that a bit more. Can't really see Connie at a KMFDM gig. What's that? Kim, keep me fed. Gig. No. Is it Katy Perry? I don't know. Or is that Rammstein? I don't know. I don't do well with letters. Says the author. No, but when they're all like abbreviations things, I don't know what it means. I'm sorry. I was talking about AI? When was I talking about AI, Edwin? Oh, was that the thing on Instagram? Wait, what? Huh? I don't know. You'd come up to Toronto if a band you really want to see. Yeah, even if I really want to see them. I honestly can't be asked. I will just complain that they're not coming to Montreal. As many bands do. They just never come to Montreal. It's just too complicated. Oh. Vessel, my little Vessel has a crush on Anne Gertrude Hildegard. Maybe. They're gonna have to compete, Vessel and Bilbo. Well, Bilbo's got a sword in his hand. Vessel should have one too, but, you know, not now. It made sense when you typed it. Okay, sorry. I'm very late on the conversation. My apologies. She doesn't feel like a Gertrude, right? I feel like Hildegard. Someone suggested Hildegard. I love that name. And one of the reasons why I won't have children, because I would name them Hildegard. I love that name. I love not old names. What? Some of them. They just sound, I don't know. They do sound ancient, but I like what sounds ancient. sounds like a good story, you know. So I'll write stories instead of naming children. But yeah, Hildegard or Anne. Anne is a bit boring, but she's an Anne of the Green Gables, maybe, perhaps. She's my child. You've met Holy Wars? Bree! Oh. Yeah, Kat's got a great energy. I don't think I've met anyone interesting. I probably... If I have, I forgot. Cult Classic, that's the one. That's the one. So I've done that reaction as well, Mark, if you wanna check them out. My face is really white right now. Too much light. Whatever. Howdy! Oh, Bahamensa, you joined at some point. I don't know when, but hi. The wispiest Willow, is that me? I'm doing okay. I'm doing better now. I was nervous at the beginning because I didn't know what to say. And I was like, how many people are going to be there? What if there's 2 people? But now there are, according to the studio, the YouTube studio live control panel, that has proven to be a bit wrong. There are 51 people! No. There are 51 views, my bad. 10 people. But it might be wrong. It might be wrong. The Dream of Queen Ragnhild? Ragnhild? I don't know. Who is that? You met Annika twice? Ugh! You guys are... How does it feel to be God's favorite one? 9:10. Yes, now it says 9. Meh. Meh. They tuned in, they were like, I don't know who that is. They're like, who's this weird lady? It's fine. I'm just here to have some fun and chat with yous. Let's have a look at other questions. I might... Well, there are none, so... Ah, have I not started a goal? Oh well, it's fine. Back to the chat. No? Oh, okay. Lie. Back to the chat. I don't think I know Seven Kingdoms. I don't think... I've definitely not reacted to them. Seven Kingdoms. Meh. I know the Seven Kingdoms in Game of Thrones. I don't know if you guys could see, but it's a Game of Thrones cup. A king in the north! It's meant to be a wine glass, but whatever. You're not gonna tell me what to do. Bat? Do I know them? I don't know them. I don't think I do. Huh. Should I check them out? And you met the bassist of Epica as well. That's great. That's great. That's great. I'm gonna try and think. I've probably met people. Do you guys know Half Moon Run? It's a Montreal band, and they're not metal. I say they're not really rock either. I guess more like indie rock, folk. But I've briefly met them when I worked at a cafe and they stopped by. I was assuming they were on tour, and I served them food. How exciting. Ah. Queen Ragnhild is... You saw her on a stamp of Norway. Fun! I'll look her up. I've been doing a lot of research recently for my other channel, and it's led me down a bunch of rabbit holes of like kings and queens and stuff, and hats. So you'll get to see a video about hats on my other channel if you get soon enough. Oh, you usually go to the same pub as Anathema. Well, see, God's favorite. They're power metal. Great. But yeah, Edwin, there are 9 kingdoms. Oh, cool. Unleash the Archers. I do need to do more. More of them. Always so many. Eric Clapton, wow. You met him, or was it just the same pub he used to go at? I'm trying to think again. I don't think I met anyone of interest to us. React to whom? Suddenly got very quiet in my basement. Oh, you said hi. That's so fun. Did you say hi back? Ah, nice. Very nice. Right. You made a Chinese dish? That's brave. If they're not instant noodles, nah. Or like ordered. Honestly, I don't even order. Not here. Not Chinese. In Canada. I mean, I'm not saying that it would be bad. I just don't. It's not the same as Chinese in the UK. Mm-mm. It is easy to meet the band members if your venue is the size of of a bathroom. I guess you're bound to run into them at some point. And that's a fair point. Although to be fair, yeah, easy enough. And if they're doing like a meet and greet and stuff. You cooked with. Oh no. I'm glad, Baha, that you succeeded this time. And that is better than that you didn't overcook it. That's the worst part when you cook something and you spent like an hour on it. And it takes 3 seconds to eat, but also it's not satisfying, and you're like, damn it. What a waste of time. Oh, that's how you last met Annika, in a bathroom venue? Yeah, in the bathroom. Oh, fun! Okay. In that case, I guess I met Spitting Glass. I forgot his name. Hold on, the singer. When I saw them in Brighton, I have not yet to do a post about that bit on Patreon. I shall eventually write my little story. It's like it's been 2 months. It's been 2 months. How does that happen? But yeah, anyway, in Brighton, I saw Spitting Glass. I bought this shirt. It's a great shirt. Look at the back. Oh, I'm kicking my entire table. It's a cool shirt. And yeah, they were selling their own merch. And but I didn't really have a discussion with them. Joe Badolato. Joe Badolato. He sold me this shirt. But other than that, no. Yeah, Chinese food is like 30 minutes to prep and 30 seconds to cook. Oh, sorry, 30 minutes to prep. 30 seconds to cook and 3 seconds to eat. Yeah, I never do the meet and greet or VIP because, well, they're always expensive. Maybe someday when I have the energy in me as well. Because after a gig, it depends on the band. I'm not always eager to, like, not that I wouldn't want to meet the band members, but some bands I'm like, I'm okay if I don't, you know. Some bands, like The Warning, for example, I'd be like, okay, it would be worth having a little chat, sort of thing. Oh, that's fun. See, working security or working at a venue, I guess you do get the occasion to meet a lot more. I guess I could do that if I had it in me, work at a venue. But I don't have it in me. A Belgian band called ooh. No, it's not that morbid. I love a shirt with the Black Death on it. I nearly bought, what's it called? In Edinburgh, there is this museum. Well, I guess it is a museum, but it's taking you down the real close. It's Mary King's Close. If you're ever in Edinburgh, do that and book in advance because they're always booked. It's great. Mary King's Close. They take you down like under the ground, essentially, where people used to live, and there's stories of like the plague, the war, this sort of stuff. And their whole gift shop, even like if you can't get the tour, even just go to the gift shop. It's great. There's a bunch of rats, and they have merch about like they have a lot of merch with like the plague doctors. That's why I bought. I'm trying to think, that could be a trinket that would go on the trinket shelf. It's not in my bedroom, but I bought there a little duck. You know, there's a craze about the ducks. There's duck everything, the little like bath ducks. And there's one that is like a plague doctor. And it's great. It's great. It's my favorite thing. I feel like I'll have to run up and show you eventually, or maybe just post a picture, random picture as a post eventually. It's honestly my favorite thing. I saw it. Yeah, it's in Edinburgh. And it is called, can I write it down? I'll write it because Mary King's Close. There you go. Edinburgh, Scotland. Or Edinburgh, as Americans would say. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the little rubber duck. It's a plague doctor. They've got a lot of merch with plague doctors on it. I love it. I love. It's my kind of humor as well, and also I don't know. It's got a vibe. It's kind of gruesome. It's very metal, really, very metal. Love the vibes, and I went once, and I was like, it's £10. It's expensive for a duck, and then I left, and then as soon like the next, I kept thinking about it, and then I traveled to Edinburgh again. Not for that, but I was like, I must. I must go to Mary King's Close gift shop and get the duck. It's so silly. Yeah, plague doctor, essentially like that. I think that's how they spelt it. But yeah, like duck for doctor. Very, very clever. And it's a cool ass duck. What's apart from the pile of dolls? It is really cool. You don't like my pile of dolls over there? What are you talking about? Don't judge them. Quack. Yeah, I feel like Hailstorm must be fun to be around. Yeah, I guess depending on the artist, if some of them do meet and greet, but it's like a quick sort of hi blah blah, here's your sign thing, fuck off. Like I wouldn't be up for that. But when you know that they're gonna have a little chat. I've had a fun chat with, but it's nothing to do with music, but if you guys know Robert Sheehan, he's an Irish actor. He was in the Umbrella Academy. He was at a Comic-Con once, and I guess I met him. I have a very awkward picture with him as well. And he was so fun to chat to. So, like, whereas I know some other, like, celebrities, musicians, actors are just like, yeah, whatever. It's still fun. You still get like a sign thing, but like he was telling me, because I was going at that point, it was years ago. I was going to travel in Ireland, and I told him, obviously he's Irish. I was like, hey, I'm going to Ireland, by the way. And he was telling me, oh, you need to like check out this place. Oh, you need to go do that. Like, it was just very friendly. That's fun. I still have the duck. Do you want to see the duck? I'm sorry, Brie, I didn't mean to offend you. I know some some Americans, I say Americans, but I'm sure Canadians also don't know how to say Edinburgh right, some of them, but yeah, I'm sorry. I acknowledge that you know how to say it right. I probably didn't say it right at first, like, before I moved to Scotland years ago as well. So, did I miss a thing? There's a Vault store. There's a bunch of Vault stores in Edinburgh. I think I've done most of them. Every time I go to Edinburgh, I try a different one. Mary King's Close. It's like, it's not just the vaults. I don't even know if it's technically the vaults. It's literally like streets, but they're underground. Maybe they used not to be, or I don't know. They're kind of below. But it's not. They're not. They don't call them the vaults. It's just the close. It's like a street for where the poor used to live. Although the vault store is also, and like if you do a ghost door that takes you underground, that is very fun because they are meant to be haunted. Obviously, I'd love the ideal thing in the future. With my other channel anyway, the witchy one, would be to be like a proper ghost hunter at some point and get to go to places like this. Like I could just ring them up and be like, "Hi, could I have the whole vaults for myself for a night of investigation?" Obviously, they would ask for money, but ideally, I would have it. And yeah, in the ideal world, I would be able to do that. I would be able to do a Sam and Colby out of me. And I would, that would be so cool. Just investigate the vaults. They are so creepy. Like, I can't imagine myself being alone down there. Or like 2 people or a few people down there without a tool. Where are Hailstorm from? Pennsylvania. I didn't know that. So. Mark, I'm confused. Why are we mentioning Star Trek? Was that? Did I say something that was Star Trek related? I think there's another band called Ailstorm, like without the H, which is so confusing. And at some point, I saw a shirt of that band, and I thought it was a meme. Like I thought it was like a play on words with Hailstorm. Maybe that's who you're thinking of, Baha. No, never mind. They're Scottish from Perth. Oh, jeez. Okay. I get it now. Why they're called Ailstorm. But yeah, the Hailstorm is American. So confusing. Yeah, I'll get money from that book when it's an international bestseller, and I count on all of you to buy it to make it a bestseller. Even though it's in French, but you know, it will be translated. I shall translate it. If I could travel anywhere, where would I go? Good question. By the way, if anyone has joined the chat now and has asked questions in the Q&A and I've not responded, I'll have a look in a second. It's a different tab. If I could travel anywhere I've not been, honestly, on my list next is probably Italy. I've never been to Italy, and I feel like Sicily specifically would be a vibe. I feel like I need that vibe right now. So probably Italy, but I would love to go back to Japan. I miss it in all of the fibers of my body. Did I say James Doohan? No. Did I? I don't think so, because I don't know who that is. Sorry if I speak wrong. Oh, the ghost store was disappointing in Edinburgh. That's sad. I guess there are a bunch of ghost stores, so I guess depending on the one that you've done. I've done 2. The first one I did was with the Meerkat tours. That one was pretty good. That was years ago though. and I've done one. I don't know what it's called. It's literally, they have like, you walk up the Royal Mile and they have a little stand there, and you can just book with them in that little booth. I don't know what they're called. And I've done the witch tour, obviously, but because I'm biased, it's great. But I'm biased because I was a witch in York, so it's the same company, but different tour, obviously, different witches and ghosts. So if you're ever in Edinburgh, I'm here doing like a tour guide. Do this and that if you go to Edinburgh. And if you go to York, well, do the witches tours. Also, you can check out the witches tours website, and I'm literally on it. I'm still there. But yeah, Brie, if you ever go back to Edinburgh, first of all, I'll hop with you on the plane, and also, yeah, do Mary King's Close. It's great. Yeah, Hailstorm and Ailstorm should tour together. It would be hilarious if that's not been done already. Okay, the Umbrella Academy guy I mentioned was Robert Sheehan. I think that's how you say it. Robert. He played Klaus. He was also in Misfits, if you've seen that. I forget what his name in Misfits was, though. You lived in Italy for 2 years? Oh, no way. Oh, it was like living 200 years ago. Well, that's the thing, David. That's what I want. I love living in the past. If I want to be a witch store, I am now. Well, I would do it, honestly, Darren, but there aren't any stories. I don't think so. There aren't, like, I'd have to make up stuff. I would do a ghost store. I think there might be a few. But yeah, I'm just a hater in general, and I'm like, there's nothing here. There's no history here. Which is to a point. But yeah, witches, I don't think so. I'd have to do some research. I'd be happy to do some research. I know someone wrote a book. I don't know what it's called, and I don't know who they are, but I could look it up. They wrote a book where the premise is essentially people who were fleeing the witch trials in Europe and ended up in Quebec and Canada, and they're like witches. It's fiction, but it's also like not. It's not too far-fetched to think that some might have done that, but obviously people who were persecuted for witchcraft were not witches. So I don't know if there are any stories of witches. I guess there is one. There is one, but it's not even close to me. It's in Quebec City. She's called La Corriveau. Was she considered a witch? I don't know if she was considered a witch. Let me look it up. I know that she was real. I think. Was she real? But she apparently like had 7 husbands or something, and they all died, and so obviously she was accused of killing them, and I think she was real. Yeah. She died in 1763, and they had her body like in a cage on the public place for like, I don't know, months, a year. I think it might have been a year. It must have been disgusting. That's the story I know, but otherwise, like, I don't know if she was technically a witch, or if, because that was much kind of after the craze. She might have just been, with the devil, but not necessarily a witch, So I would be a witch here. I mean, I am a witch, but I would do a tour, but there is nothing to tour, essentially, to wrap up this topic. The Guyu from Misfits? Nathan, that's it. That was his name. Yeah. My ancestors. They might have been my ancestors. Who knows? I know nothing about my ancestry. I've just recently started going with my mom through old pictures And she's like, oh yeah, it's that person. I'm like, who? Who? And I asked her to make me a tree of like, this is, someone's sister and like, like, I know nothing. Apparently, on my mum's side, her cousin was making our family tree, and I don't even know him. I've never met him, I think. And she was saying that we were one name away from inheriting the castle in Quebec City. And low-key, I'm like, maybe you did the tree wrong. maybe it's ours, actually. I'd like to know what the missing name is. And I'd like to add it to my tree. Misfits, are Misfits the band still around? I have no idea. But Misfits, the series, it's long done. Unless they're rebooting it, because who knows? They're rebooting literally everything right now. Misfits the band, I don't think they're still around. Are they? It says active from 1977. It doesn't say an end date. But if they have new stuff, I do not know it. Are there any haunted places near where I live? Good question. There used to be an asylum, like an old asylum. I think it was a school first, and then an asylum, or the opposite. No, it was a school first, and then an asylum, and it caught fire 3 times, and it was essentially, yeah, everyone was saying it was cursed. And when I was in high school, everyone was saying, yeah, that it was cursed, and it was like a fun thing to do. We had nothing to do as teenagers, so it's like, do you want to go to the haunted asylum? Yes, absolutely. And I think the scariest part though was trying to avoid the guardian, because you have to like creep in, and because it's an abandoned place, and then you'd hear noises, but it was also like falling apart. And I remember once I went and it was just filled with people, literally. It wasn't that scary. There were like it wasn't ghosts who were spooking us, it was the other people coming around the corner, so it was a very popular spot. And now they've completely destroyed it. So I would say not anymore. I've heard of some establishments, like restaurants and stuff, that are haunted, but like, if you just go for a meal, you're not gonna know, So yeah. Well, yeah, Henry VIII accused of killing his wife. He wouldn't be a witch, would he? Obviously not. He's the king. He can do whatever he wants. Anne Boleyn, though, she just existed and was a witch. Henry was very open about killing them, but I guess the whole witchcraft and witch trials thing is very sexist. That's not surprising to anybody, I think. Yeah, the fact that he was a king did help. He only killed 2 of them. Yeah. Sure. Out of how many again? I don't know. Oh, hi, Dusk Queen! Like 30 minutes later. Hi, you made it! Thank you for joining. We've been talking about ghosts and witches as of late, and a rubber duck that looks like a plague doctor that I have yet to go get if you guys want to see it. 2 out of 3 chances of surviving. Yeah, if you kill 2 out of 3, like, the odds, that's as if you kill them all. But I guess it's not 7 husbands. I might be wrong. Maybe it's only 3 husbands. And, it's like, she was a real person, Nakarivo, but she became a legend, so we never know. Sometimes it's like, it could have been 3, and then it escalated through the years, through the centuries, as 7, That's how stories go. Yeah, no, Salem is not that far. That is true. Surprisingly, I've yet to go. I've never been. I do plan on going, maybe in the future. My friend went last summer, I think, and she said it was a bit disappointing though on the whole. Like, I feel like they're making a big thing of the witches there, but like as more of an attraction more than there is obviously actual history. There is the Salem witch trial, but yeah, she said it looked a bit more like a gimmick as of today, more than like an actual like fun historical place to visit. But who knows? I'll probably still go and make my own idea. You had an uneasy feeling the whole time? Well then, maybe. She didn't like visit anywhere that was meant to be haunted though, so I don't know if there must be some buildings that are supposed to be haunted. If you can even visit them, that's the thing. Oh, well then if you can see whales. But then you can also see whales in Quebec. Way up north though. Not worth driving. I just stay home, really. If I'm in the UK or in Europe, I'm like, let's go everywhere. In Canada, I'm like, it's far. 12-hour drive. I looked up a haunted place. It's called the Wade Manor. And it's in Woodstock in Ontario. So I was like, Ontario? That's literally like, there's Quebec and there's Ontario. It's the next province. But it's further away than Toronto. So I think it was about 7 or 8 hours drive. And I was like, okay, well then. I need to think about it properly if I decide to go there. But I'd love to go at some point. And the guy who owns it seems pretty chill. So who knows? Maybe I'll get to do a ghost investigation at the Wade Manor at some point. Halloween is big in Salem. I've heard. Maybe I'll go this year. Who knows? 6 Wives. Oh, my bad. 6 Divorced. That's the thing. That's the thing. See, in I don't know my histories too well. I know bits and pieces. I don't know my UK kings and European kings and queens that well. There's a parade in Salem? Fuck yeah. You've only been to Salem and Fallout 4. Nice. Didn't know there was Salem in Fallout 4, but now I guess I must play the game. The last one is survival, yeah. Hoping the king dies. If you're the last wife, you're hoping the king dies before you do. Oh, Finger Lakes. That's a fun name for a lake, but I hope you have fun if you're not gone already. Bye! Enjoy the lake. Yeah, well, I guess she died eventually, yes, Darren. I don't think... If she is still alive, I want to meet her. Because she has seen things. Ooh, lots of wineries. I've never been to a winery either. That's something that's like on the list eventually of something to do. Something that I could do in Italy. Ooh, 1666 Amsterdam. Just for that year. I would play the game. I say, but then I don't have $80 to spend on a game. Finger Lakes are 5 lakes. Oh, so the 5 fingers of the hand. Okay. Okay. I got confused at Hump Day earlier, but I can count. Canandaigua. You're heading to Canandaigua? Hell yeah, come and see me, brother. Have I heard of the haunted cemetery in Old Mesilla, New Mexico? No, I have not. Mark, you'll have to write it to me. In a DM or something. I want to hear. Yeah. Comes out on the 25th. Yeah, I mean, that's good information. I don't think I'll get it. I don't have the patience to play video games. I wish I did. Like, I see the graphics of some games. I like to watch them. I like to watch people do the streams and play the games, so I don't have to. Cause I just get upset. We do have Halloween. There's one kind of near me. I think it opened for the first time last year. Yeah, it's a bit. It's fun to go. I like to look at the stuff. It's a bit overpriced, but it is fun. They are lined up to look like claw marks in the world. Claws, like dragon claws. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't drink wine or anything with the wrong people. I do not have time to waste on the wrong people. Honestly, at my age, nah. But yeah, definitely on a nice summer's day with the sun declining in the distance and your best friends around with a bit like wine tasting, life is good. The Amish make some really nice wine. I have never tried Amish anything. I guess I should try it. I suppose, I mean, I guess I've been doing a whole lot of research on alewives. I suppose it's like the modern equivalent to alewives back in the day, right? I mean, except it's wine, but I suppose they make ale as well. Because it's just like a regular thing to be making, right? You had, damn, I've never heard of anyone say they had, like, because I've heard of white lady stories. Obviously, it's the classic. I feel like there's a bunch of different places that have that same story of like someone waiting on the side of the car of the road, sorry, and then waiting to get picked up and stuff, right? But to have someone actually experience it, that's creepy. Did she just appear in the car, or like did you stop? Was she like, I'm looking for my baby, it drowned in 1652? Different ghost story. The historic San Albino Cemetery in Mesilla. I'm probably butchering that name. I'm sorry. New Mexico is famous for the urban legend of the witch's grave. An unverified 19th century site sealed with heavy concrete and a boulder. Who's down there? Who did they seal up? It sounds like a heavy duty Dybbuk Books. Dybbuk Books. I can't say that. It's fine, Brie. I understood what you meant. Wine got me whining sometimes, you know. White Lady's Castle. So many interesting places. See, I feel like, and maybe that's because I watch mostly American ghost hunters like Simon Colby and whatnot. What's her name? Kelsey Davis. I love her as well. I feel like there's loads of haunted and documented haunted places that are just easy to find, easy to access. Whenever I Google haunted places near me, or like Montreal, or even Canada at large, it's literally all the Fairmont hotels. So I guess because they just look old and like castles. And that's about it. Honestly, that's all that comes up. Some hotels. But there's never like, ooh, this house where there used to be where there was a murder at some point, and like this house has a story of possession and blah blah. Like I feel like there's loads of that in America, or like in the US specifically, and maybe I suppose in, no, it's not Mexico, it's New Mexico. Never mind, that's also the US. Brain freeze. And in Canada, you look it up and you're like, nowhere. Where's haunted? A cemetery or a hotel, and that's about it. There's like in Ottawa, I think there's a haunted. Well, it's now a hostel, but it's the old jail. I looked for a room there, and it's literally the price of a hotel. But it's the size of a tiny jail cell. It's a jail. So I'm like, why would I pay $200 for a night there? No, thank you, because it's tiny. Well, like it was that amount for like a slightly bigger one to be able to investigate in, because that was the point. Yeah. So there's that, I guess. What is that? There's a little fly. Go away. So there are a few places in Canada, but they're really hard to find unless I'm just not researching properly. But like, so many places in the States, the Conjuring House, you know, so many places like that. And the White Lady's Castle, I suppose. A white lady in some Japanese myths, maybe. I feel like most ghosts in Japanese stories are very white, like dressed in white with the black hair, the long black hair, like The Ring, literally. Yes, I feel like that's most representation of ghosts. In a way, I mean, if you put that together with all the other representations of ghosts in other countries as well, like the White Lady in most English-speaking countries, it makes sense. Who's calling? The phone is ringing. That's not for me. I hate this phone with a vengeance. Okay. I don't know why. It startles me, and it's annoying, and it rings like 20 times a day. The landline. But yeah, it makes sense, right? If you like, for what a ghost would look like, I suppose maybe that's just what they look like. Once you die, you wear a white dress. I don't know. That's poetic, Duskwin. I live by the sea breeze. It's very poetic. There's a haunted cave system a few hours away that have tools, and when I was young, I actually saw a man sitting in one of the caves. No, that's creepy. That's creepy, Bree. I think you saw a ghost. Unless, I mean, I don't know. If the guide was in on it, on saying like, no, there's no one there, then, you know, it could have been a fun little trick. But if also the other people in the tour were like, no, there's no one there, huh? That's creepy. Maybe Canadian ghosts are just too polite. Maybe. I know there's a few stories of like Native American ghosts. I don't think they are polite. I think they probably hold a grudge. But where are they? I don't know. Mate. Okay. I don't think I ever watched. So that was me very focusing on Danny's message. I don't think I've ever watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Have I? No. Well, it doesn't ring a bell anyway. So, should I? Is it a fun watch? Darren, you've never seen a ghost? Impossible. You live in the UK. There's loads of places around Manchester that are haunted as well. I'm sure. Liverpool. There's loads of... go to the Adelphi Hotel in Liverpool. That shit's haunted. That's where the REM pod... Don't know why I'm pointing that way. It's not that. That's where I got it from. And that shit was going off all night. And it's literally right there. I mean, doesn't mean that you'll see a ghost. I'm not saying that, but maybe you'll hear a little something. Have I ever seen a ghost? I used to see shadow figures. But you know, it's not like a full apparition. The snow granny. Yes, Yuki, on that. I love that. I was gonna say that bitch. I love that bitch. Let's just say it. Appearing in the snow. Alright, bye Duskwind, officially. Yeah, despite living... I mean, some people see the ghosts, some people don't see the ghosts. I feel like maybe I mean, I put myself in situations where I might see them, you know. I I don't know if you guys read the little story I wrote about the champing I did last time I was in England. I don't know if I would count that as a ghost, but I've seen something. It was something, whatever it was. For those of you who are here who aren't on Patreon, because I think I only put it as for members, I think. My friend at some point was like, "What is that?" And she always sees stuff from the corner of her eyes, like at the Adelphi Hotel. If you watch the video on my other channel, there's she used to say like, "Oh, I saw some like confetti fall in the staircase," and I was like, "What are you on about?" And her mom was like, "Yeah." Her mom was there for some reason. They were both seeing shit, and I was like, I maybe they're like, you know, hyped because of the ghosts. Maybe they just see more stuff than I do. I tend to not really see stuff in ghost investigations. But that time she goes, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, she's probably still seeing dust or whatever." And it was literally very thick smoke. I don't know how to describe it. Very thick smoke. And it, by the time I obviously had no camera on me, not even my phone, we were just walking around the church, and I ran to get my phone, and by that time it was dissipating. But like I stopped by it, and like I looked under it, trying to figure out where the fuck it was coming from. It was just floating there. But I wouldn't count that as a ghost. I saw something. And I've yet to be able to debunk it. There is an Ichabod Crane School district in Colombia. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Mark? Is that meant to be haunted? The Glensheen Mansion. Why does that Glensheen. I can't fucking read. That rings a bell. I don't know if I've seen a ghost investigation about it. Up north. Where is it? Is it up north like my north? Or my south, your north? You stayed at the Adelphi. Oh, okay. I guess. Did anything happen? Yeah, the Bold Street time slip. I've heard about that. That is really cool. People like claim to have walked into shops and suddenly they were back in like, I don't know, the 1920s or something. Like quite a few people. Didn't happen to me. Unfortunately, I would have loved to. I think that stuff is fascinating to me. Oh, an artist friend. Who's your friend, David? Whoa, 1930s clothes. That is really cool, Brie. You should explore. You should explore that. Maybe you have a gift to see things. A gangster-looking ghost with a rather intimidating air about him. Whoa, that's spooky. I don't remember where I saw him, but I was yeah. It sounds. I would have been also really creeped out. I don't know. I'm picturing like the typical, like, you know, in old movies, the typical Italian mafia guy with like the little mustache and like the little hat. It's kind of a vibe, but also I would have been like, yeah, I'm not messing with you. Snoop Ghost. Oh, okay. My South. Yeah, see, there's not many people. Well, I need to keep on researching for places in Canada that aren't like also crazy far, because like I'll find places in BC, but essentially I've looked for a flight to Vancouver from Montreal. It's the same time and same price I'm going to the UK, so I might as well just fuck off to the UK. But I'd love to go to BC at some point. But yeah, when I look up haunted places or like paranormal places, even if it's just for like cryptids, because we have a few stories of cryptids, I suppose, like sightings of Bigfoot, or I guess we call him the Sasquatch more, but it's the same guy, isn't it? Or same species. But it's all over there. It's all far away. I have to like rely on people telling me that their house is haunted, and then I'm like, can I invite myself into your house, which is a bit creepy. I don't want to be doing that. Oh, the suit and fedora, see? He was missing the mustache, though. Shame. I will, yeah, I mean, that's not even... We all know I'm coming back to the UK. The answer is when. The question is when. Then my leather is really hitting. Okay, let me see if I've had any other questions in the Q&A. I haven't. Can I turn it off? Is it turned off? Do you guys still see the Q&A thing? Is it over? Bigfoot Country, what is that meant to be? A cryptid frog? What's a cryptid frog? Is it like a very massive one? Like this big? Or is it just a frog? I find it so interesting though when I like watching conspiracy stuff and paranormal stuff. I don't think that's surprising. And there's a whole thing about how in national parks in the US, how there's like a line of things. Is it like tunnels? I forget. But anyway, that's where people disappear. And like people are like, it could be like cryptids living in there. Or the government. Or whatever. See, there's like loads of stories. In Canada, absolutely fuck all. Maybe the Yeti. No one's seen him recently though. Oh no! Wow, that's crazy. Gertie! Wow, that is both creepy and beautiful. I guess she just came, she was like, I want to see my... It wouldn't be ancestors, because she's the ancestor. What's the word I'm looking for? The curtains are moving. Is there heat? Hold on. Why are you moving? Why are you running? That's interesting. They're like, it's like old curtains and they're kind of like swaying like this. There has to be a breeze, right? I need to check that. Is it Hildegard? Where's the breeze coming from? Yes, there is. Okay. The heater is underneath and somehow it decided that it was too cold. Okay. Woo! For a second, I thought it was a ghost. We've been talking about all this stuff, but it was just a heater. Descendant, thank you. Clearly my brain. I'm like, my brain is not working today, but that's every day. Let's be honest. But yeah, that is creepy that she was like, she wasn't, no, it's not creepy. It's a bit creepy, but it was kind of cute that she was like, let me go see my descendants. Descents. You're like, it's okay. To be fair, if you're typing with your phone, I find that, I don't know, in the recent year or so, my autocorrect just sucks. It just like corrects things that don't need to be corrected. And it also makes me type all sorts of weird stuff. Yeah. What time is it? How long have we been chatting? An hour and a half? Damn. I honestly didn't think that we would have that much to say. I was like, I came with topics prepared. Not really. Honestly, I kind of knew that we would turn to ghosts at some point. That was my idea of the conversation anyway. Yeah, autocorrect spells like shit, to be fair. I've been also like typing I'm writing my novel on Google Docs for now. Just because it was easy, like if I wanted to send it to people to read it, I could just send a link, and it keeps like correcting some of my words, and I'm like, no, stop it. So it's also bad on that. So maybe it's just Google. I don't know. I have a Google phone as well. Why French? Because I speak French, David. It's my mother tongue. I started in French. I might as well finish it in French. That's that. Fun fact. I guess that's a question that could have been asked. Oh, that's annoying. That I'm glad to see though that I'm not the only one who has a horrible laptop. It's great. I mean, I love it. But yeah, Duskwind or Dennis keeps on saying you need a new laptop, because every time I run into issues, it really is just because it's old and not the best. But it's working great for what it is. Honestly, it's I've had it for years and it's my best friend. Maybe not my best friend, but faithful companion, and I feel bad for replacing it. So I won't. I'll make it work. I make it work. Why French people have been asking me that for centuries. Yeah, well, yeah, that's probably, yeah, that's also what probably the natives said when they arrived in Canada. They were like, who the fuck are you? But they would have said the same thing for the English. And then the English were like, why French? Yeah, you're right. And even I sometimes, I'm like, why French? But no, it's a beautiful language. I love all languages, even the ones that don't exist, like High Valyrian. Best friend and greatest enemy. Exactly, Brie. You get me. You get me. We've been through so much together, but sometimes it doesn't have my back. Ritzas. Oh, I'm not there yet. I've not. Wait, what's that mean? I've skipped a few days of Duolingo to learn High Valyrian. For anyone who's confused, I'm learning High Valyrian on Duolingo. It's a possibility. I think you can also learn Klingon. I think so. Coming back to the Star Trek from earlier, maybe you were a seer. Maybe you're a dreamer, Mark, and you knew that I was going to mention Star Trek eventually. But yeah. Why learn real languages when you can learn fictional ones? It's a bit depressing when I get on my Duolingo, because I have like 10 languages to pick from that I started at some point, that I started learning or revising. I don't carry on. It's always a random on this day. Oh, I shall learn Irish. To be fair, I've gone pretty far in the Irish department, but it's been years now. I added Welsh recently when I was going to Wales. I probably learned more in Wales than I did on Duolingo. But yeah. Yes, yeah. Although, yeah, the fictional French one, that especially Quebec French, that is definitely fictional. But my parents insisted that I speak it, They were like, we love it, Chris. Mark! Hey, you know the shit. That is actually French Canadian musical. The song comes from. Originally, I know it's like big in France now, but originally it was written by us. Okay, that's a great song. Yeah, everyone hates on French, but there is a massive part of the English language that is actually just French, just so you know. Learning German as well, I was like, that's just the French word. Like, all the, you know, because I learned it at uni. I can't brag that I can speak it at all, but the English speakers would be like, oh, what's the word for tie? Oh, I can't remember. And I was just like, krawatte. It really is just you add a K to it. No biggie. And then they added grammar to it and I was entirely lost. But word-wise, easy. How do you say hello in bird language? It depends which bird. Which bird are we talking about? I don't know, but I can say bird in High Valyrian. Hontis. Tweet? Oh, that's funny. Is that a joke? Did that go like 6 feet over my head? Yeah, Bullet are from Wales. Yeah, great band. I saw them. I saw them at Download. It was honestly a perfect moment because my favorite album of theirs is that one, Poison. And it was the 20-year anniversary. They were touring that whole album that year when I went to Download, and Download was like the last show in the UK that they were performing that. So they performed like the entire album, I think, or like only, yeah, I think so, and then maybe an extra song from another album. It was great. It was great. Hello is hello in parrot. Fair dues. Fair dues. I would love a parrot. I feel like it would piss me off at some point because it's always like in the background going like I don't know, fuck. That's probably that's what I say a lot. So it probably would just be voice stimming in the background, random words. Or it probably, my current voice stim is also High Valyrian, and it's just Rhaenyra going like, if you guys have seen House of the Dragon, when she goes like, I don't know why I am cringing at that, but she goes, Vermitus Ligiri, Ligiri, Dohairas. That's it. I just keep shouting that every day, all day. So my parrot would probably be doing the same. Hantise Vaedis. Is that sleep? Oh, my verbs are so bad. The birds are sleeping. No, they're singing. They're singing. The birds are singing. I wish my brain could actually learn languages, but yeah, it is hard, honestly. I mean, I definitely speak too, like, fully. My Japanese is shit, but I used to sort of be able to speak it, because I did a year abroad in Japan, 10 years ago now. But it was very basic Japanese, and I can't read it. Not really. They have 3 alphabets. Fuck that. And my German, really sucks. But every time I try to learn a new language, because I get like, I don't know, I get hyper focused, and I'm like, let's learn Irish, and then I'll see things from like other languages. Like I'll see connections and stuff, even if they're not connected in like, I don't really speak Spanish, but I can read Spanish and understand. I don't know why the P is so P. Spanish. I can roughly understand it when I read it because of the French, because they're like Roman languages or Latin languages. So there's that. I feel like as soon as you like just learn languages that are close to English, that could help. Like you know a little bit, and then from that you can like expand. But I'm sure I guess it's easier to read and write languages at first than hear them, because I can't understand Spanish when someone speaks it. They speak way too fast. The Wawas, no. I'll catch a word here and there. If it was written down, I would catch their drift, but not when they speak it. So yeah. I would also, to be fair, I would also love to be able to learn languages. I am able to an extent, but I don't carry on. Anyway, it's really hard. Oh, really? Okay. for Bullet for My Valentine, I had already forgot that we mentioned them. I was like, which album? Poison, my favorite album from them. I'll look it up. I shall look it up. Problem is everyone speaks English. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. My mom was trying to book a hotel in Montreal yesterday, and she could only speak to someone on the phone in English. I don't know why she decided to do it on the phone. I was like, do it online, mom. But she did it on the phone. She was like, do you speak French? They were like, no. Oh, bit of a problem. But yeah, that's what's hard. And when you travel abroad, like especially in Japan, I wanted to practice my Japanese, but then they saw that I was clearly white, and they were like, "Ooh, opportunity to learn my English and practice my English." And yeah, it's like, well, but I want to practice my Japanese, so yeah, it's hard. I guess when you travel, you can like the best is to just travel and learn a few phrases and try them out, like try to order stuff in their language, but not in France, I suppose, because they're gonna be like, I speak English, when they don't really. It's happened to like people, like French Canadian people I know who speak French but from Quebec, and they've gone to France, specifically Paris, and ordered in French, and the person would answer them in English. It's like, are you fucking stupid? Are you? Do you want a punch in the face? That's like, yeah, that is like, I don't understand. Let's switch languages. Dohai ras. Yes, thank you, Edwin. You get me. Oh my god, that's a whole fucking sentence you wrote there. Is that's Spanish though. A veces las cosas obvias son las más difíciles. Something's hard. Something's obviously hard. I don't know. I learned this Spanish from Spain, so maybe I don't know the. I don't know. I don't know which one I'd understand better. Mexican or like South American or not. I guess you just proved me wrong. Parrots are bad pets. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. They scream. They're really loud. There's a pub in Brighton, the St. James, I think, in Kemp Town, if ever you're over there. They have a parrot in the pub. Coco is her name, and she's very cute, but bro, is she loud. Like, a pub is already loud. You go there, have a drink, chat with your pals, and then you'll have a parrot just shriek in the background. She was very loud, but yeah. So, not worth having one at home, for sure. And they do live really long, so it's a commitment. And a lot of people, even for cats and dogs, like, people don't commit to their fucking pets. Not everyone, obviously. But like the amount of people who just move houses and leave their pets behind is like crazy. That's good, Darren. I feel like everyone should learn a few basics before they go somewhere without relying entirely on English. I feel like it's respectful to the community there, right? Yeah, sarcasm and bullshit are languages. I would, or dialects maybe, but it is a skill in itself, so I count it, Brie. Czech is mental. It sounds mental just looking by the name of it. Czech. Why is it spelled that way? This is well by Spanish. I was thinking it sounded like a lyric. Martirio, okay. Well, probably my favorite song from them. Wait, why why is Aegon Targaryen in the chat? Who is this? Which Aegon? Which Aegon are we talking about? I like how this has turned into a massively nerd chat, and I'm here for it. Oh, piscina. See, I would understand piscina or piscina, however you say it, because it's in French. It's piscine. It's the same, essentially, but with an e. Cesspool. Well, I'd understand the pool part because of the English, but Cess, I'd be suspicious. I'd be like, what is in the pool? I could get a turtle. I had a purple, a purple turtle. It wasn't my turtle, but it was my brother's, and it was his ex-girlfriend's, and she lived for like 2 weeks. Her name was Ozzy. I don't know. I think she was already ill when we got her. I was very sad. Speedy, that's a cool name. Ozzy, also cool. Oh, that's something I wanted to say earlier when someone, I think Danny, mentioned Robert the Doll. I've yet to see it. I forget which platform it's on, but there is, for anyone who doesn't know, Jack Osborne is a ghost hunter. By the way, if anyone didn't know. And there's a series where he goes to haunted places with Ozzy. And there's a few episodes. So I know there's like on different platforms. There's one where he goes with Ozzy, and there's another one where he does it with Kelly. And one episode, Sharon is there. It's quite creepy, everything that happens. I forget what the platform that is on. I think the one with Kelly is on I think that was on iPlayer, BBC iPlayer, so it would only theoretically, if you do it legally, be available in the UK. If you have a TV license, legally, technically. But you can also just say that you have one. Nobody's come to check out if I did. But yeah, anyway, I'm sure you can find it somewhere. I'd have to figure out which one with Ozzy, but they went to see Robert the Doll anyway. Apparently it was weird. The purple, yeah, sad about Ozzy, both of them, the turtle and the singer. The purple turtle was a great bar in Camden. Really? Well then, I do love Camden. Sad that it doesn't exist anymore. That's a pub I would have loved to go to. Greenland shark that was over 400 years. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't get a shark as a pet, but yeah, there's stuff in the sea and the ocean that has probably been there for like millennia that we don't even know about. Honestly, the deep sea is terrifying and fascinating at the same time, to be honest. But yeah, why do they live so long in the water? What's in there? What's in the water? The sharks? It depends which shark. Is Greenland shark a type of shark? Or was it just in Greenland? The king in the north! I love that Aegon Targaryen just shows up to say some Game of Thrones lines. Also, which Aegon? Wait, can I see the profile picture? No. Yeah. On HBO Max. There you go. I think that's what it was on. So, theoretically in Canada, I don't know if you guys in the US have Crave. In Canada we have Crave, and they have a most of HBO shows. So maybe HBO Max as well. I'll look it up because I actually haven't seen it. Planned on seeing it, and then Ozzy died, and I was sad, so I didn't watch it. Must be the salt, yeah. Maybe there's a salt, like if you a point where it's not about ingesting the salt, it's about floating in it, I suppose, because it is cleansing. We do take baths in salt. Has anyone been reading the Viral Salt book? There's like a book that's been written about the history of salt and how a bunch of words that we use derive from the word salt, like celery, because it was used as a currency, and there's a whole book around it written in 2022, 2002. I was gonna try and do it to 2002, but that sounds unnatural. Anyway, and it's suddenly going viral. because of someone who talked about it online. And I low-key want to read it. There's a book about pepper as well, just if anyone's interested. So who knows? Maybe they talk about the good I don't know, the good properties of properties. That's not a word. Properties of salt and bathing in it. Maybe if we bathe in salt every day for like a certain amount of time, maybe we'll live to be older as well. Because when you think about it, I think they made studies that living by the sea, first of all, relaxes you. So you live longer, you live better because you're less stressed. But maybe there is something about the salt in the air as well. Who knows? Oh, it's an actual species of shark. Good to know. What do they look like? I do like sharks. Green. I can't spell. See, my thumbs. I'm the same as you, Brie. Oh yeah, they do not look very friendly, do they? Whoa! Look at this guy. Oh. Can you hold on? I forgot where my camera is. You can't really see it because of the lights, I think. Anyway, it doesn't look very friendly. Is that in the deep sea as well? It looks quite in the dark. And ugly. Ugly! Where was I in the chat? I'm lost. Rhaegar's second attempt at an Aegon. Oh, okay. Oh, that Aegon! Oh, that's fine. We like that Aegon. Yes, there is a book about salt history. You should let me know, Baha, if you end up reading it. I have yet to order it because I'm trying to, you know, not impulsively buy random stuff. Because I have so many books to read as well. But yeah, I do want to read it. Oh, really? A song, Sons of Riddermark. That sounds like a fun song. It's been a while since I've done some battle lore. Yes. Salt be interesting. And now it's just on our tables, you know? It's just there. And there's a reason we love it, I think. I think it's like in our subconscious from like you know, they say cells remember things for like generations. And that's why you can't inherit like generational trauma, because it I don't know, if there's like a trauma in your ancestry, like your grandmother or something, it like the cells remember it, and obviously through DNA it's you get it as well. So maybe I forget what the point I was trying to make. Maybe we just remember that salt is great. That's all. Yes, I said my first language is French. Do you mind if I ask how old you were when you started learning English? No, you're not a dumb American. I do sound a bit British. To be fair, when people don't know, I don't know. A lot of people try to guess where I'm from sometimes, and they don't succeed. And I like to have people guess. And hear the slightly different things depending on the day that I meet them. But when did I start learning English? We learn from quite a young age in Quebec because we're surrounded by the language of the enemy. Okay. I say in the language of the enemy. When was it? I must have been like around 8 or 9, but I know youngsters start younger now. My niece is 3, and because of like access to internet and all this stuff, like with just phones, brief moments of phones and the songs she listens to, she started saying thank you. And what else did she say the other day? I don't know. She says random stuff in English, and I don't know if she knows what she's saying, but she knows stuff in English, and she's 3. It's crazy. But yeah, probably around like 8 or 9, I want to say. Maybe 7. And I kind of like her. I loved listening to songs in English. My first hyper focus was Hilary Duff. Okay, quite different from what I do on the channel. Although she had songs that were pretty rock. And I would like translate them myself. I would open a little dictionary because back then we didn't have a computer. Well, we had a computer, but we didn't have like a laptop, easily accessible. Wi-Fi sucked. It was still back in those days when you couldn't be on the phone and on the Wi-Fi at the same time, you know, and on the internet. I say internet, I say Wi-Fi, but it probably wasn't Wi-Fi. It was just the internet, through a cable. A cable. Clearly, that is the sign for cable. Yeah. Anyway, so I would use a book, a dictionary, and like translate her songs and stuff. So I kind of learned also by myself. But yeah, I wasn't always this great at English. But I studied when I went to uni. I went to an English uni, like Anglophone uni, and then I went to the UK. I lived in the UK for 3 years, so that's why I sound a bit British now. Long story short, thank you, David. I like my accent as well. I feel like I'm losing it a little bit now. Because, like, you know, because I speak French, so I can choose the accent I speak in. Like, I'm not tied to one accent, specifically. So I used not to sound like this at all when I watch older videos on my other channel. Don't even know if I sound Canadian. You know, I don't know what I sound like, but I don't sound like this. And now being back without hearing that much British anymore, I feel like I'm losing it a little bit. And it's a bit like my accent is like vaguely British, but also to like British people, they'll be like, who are you? Where are you from? Because like it's not entirely Scottish, but a little bit. Not entirely northern, but a little bit. Not entirely southern, I guess, but a little bit. So why is my hand looking like it's coming, like it's someone else's hand? You know what I mean? It's looking like someone's bringing me a drink. Here you go, milady. Anyway, yeah. Our nervous systems need salt. Well, there you go. There you go, Baha. Just not too much, I guess, inside. But I guess it depends. I don't know. We're not here to talk about nutrition. I don't know nothing about nutrition. I went to the shop earlier to get me a nice little meal. Like, I'm planning a whole evening watching House of the Dragon again. And yeah, none of that is nutritious. A lot of that is salty. Lots of salt. You think I sound Yorkshire? I guess on some words. But then, when you hear like a proper Yorkshire accent, I'm like, it sounds nothing alike. Maybe sometimes when I say no, no, I feel like that's when I sound the most Yorkshire. Ah, that is a compliment though from you, Darren, saying that saying that you thought I was British the first time. I was in York then, so I feel like I had the accent even a bit more. I'm a bit sad though, nobody ever called me Doc. I know. Nobody ever called me Pet. What the hell? I'll have to go back and force people to call me Doc and Pet. And get offended by it? No, probably not. I don't know. Where was I? You learn your English by playing World of Warcraft and chatting to people from the UK. Yeah, see? Yeah. And to be fair, my English was probably British-sided as well. A bit more, because being from Canada, we get, like, it's weird. We get both the American English and the British English. Like, when you write a text in English, you can literally choose to use the British spelling or the American spelling. as long as you keep track with it. But I'm sure that probably in the US, if you were to write color with a U, they'd be like, that's wrong. Maybe not. Maybe they would just say that's a British spelling and you shouldn't. I don't know. What do they say in the US? Is it wrong if you spell it the British way? And I feel like I always tended to prefer the British way, also because it's sometimes closer to the French. Sorry to tell you that. But, you know, color is couleur in French, and there's a bunch of U's in there. So the U has to be in it, otherwise it feels naked. I don't know. Stranger is a banger. Stranger is a fucking banger. And what else? She's got a song that says, "A girl can rock." So it's clearly rock. Rock adjacent. Hilary Duff is. I love her. She's coming to Montreal in February, and I really want to go see her. I feel like that would heal something in me. But it is very expensive. Like, I think, and also it's all seated, which I don't know if I fuck with that. I don't like to be seated, but if everyone is seated, then that's fine. But I think the last time I checked, it was $1,000, and I pooped my pants. Because what the fuck? I'll have to check again. I'm sure I probably misread. Or not, because, yeah, it's just crazy. Sign language course? I do want to learn sign language. I know a few things. But that's the thing. Which sign language? The ones I make up? Like, whatever that was? Or, because there's American Sign Language, and there's British Sign Language, and there's Japanese Sign Language. They're all different. So, like, I guess, do deaf people still understand each other? Is it a difference, like, as in, I don't know, Americans struggling to understand Scottish people sometimes because of the strong accent? Is it like a strong accent with different signs? But I feel like the British Sign Language language is more straightforward. I feel like T is like T or something like that. But yeah, I know a few words. I learned skate. That like a skateboard, that's skating. And it's kind of a vibe, and on a random day I'll just go skate. I don't skate though. I just do the sign for it. And then bitch is that, I think that's American Sign Language. Anyway, I'm 100% what is it? A jack of all trade, master of none. It's like, do you speak sign language? It depends. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to say diarrhea? Then yes. If you want me to say something useful, absolutely not. Is it difficult to speak in an American accent while speaking English? Like, for me? I think so. Maybe. I think I don't know if I don't know if I would be able to do it. Like, I don't. Honestly, sometimes, because I do watch American content and I do watch British content, all different kinds of English speaking contents, since none of those accents are my accent, because I speak French, I do get confused sometimes on how to say things. Not for the sake of being right or wrong, I just don't know. My brain goes, something as simple as when I first moved to Scotland, which was when I moved to the UK, I moved to Scotland 3-4 years ago now. Before coming back. But I was working in a restaurant, and a simple word as coffee would confuse me, because obviously I would have to say it if someone ordered it, and I had to say, like, oh, 2 coffees for such table. And I didn't know, because the Scottish will say it with a very strong O. And I don't even know if I can say it properly now. Coffee? No, coffee? I forget how they say coffee, but it sounded like that. And then American and some Canadian, because there are apparently different Canadian accents, is a bit more like the O is a bit more like an A. So it's like coffee. And then the Brits, I forget, I don't even know. Now I'm talking about it and I forget. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, this isn't a course on accents, but yeah, a simple word like coffee, and I'd be like, coffee. Like, I didn't know how to say it, I was just confused. So I think I would just get confused trying to make an American accent, because now naturally I just speak whatever comes out of my mouth. And it's mostly sort of British. And sometimes it'll be very American, and sometimes it'll be very French, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I've been told sometimes that I sound very French, which is offensive. So don't say that. Yeah, that's the sorry, I don't know why I'm choking. Yeah, that's the thing, Baha. Like, I'm the same. If I hang out with someone who has a slightly different accent or says words, like a specific word that other people don't say, like, I don't know, or like my nephew, for some reason, he will say a word a very specific way with a bit of an accent, and we don't know why. I started saying it that way now. It's de même. That's in French, obviously, but like, I would normally say, like, it's the word for like even, kind of. I usually would say même, but he says it mem, so now I say mem. He sounds a bit like, I guess it would be how a northerner or a Yorkshire person would say mem. The mem. Anyway, so yeah, I also pick up like other people's accents. That's why it's a bit all over the place. How did I say where? Ronald Weasley! Where have you been? That's funny. The Howler is epic. I don't know if I'm excited about the new series of Harry Potter. I feel like I'll watch it, but just to judge, you know. I'm one of them people. There was also some research on scientists in Antarctica and how they developed their own accent in just the 6 months they were there. No way! I need to see that. Is there a documentary on that, or I need to find this research. That's really cool. That's what's fun about languages, you know. I don't know how that turned into a whole language talk. But I study languages, so of course you're gonna have me geek about that. That's what's so interesting to me. When you think about that, like, say you put at the beginning of the world or whatever, put 10 people in 10 different areas, like, so 100 total, right? 10 and then 10 and then 10. And then they all developed different ways to communicate with each other. And a whole system, and it all makes sense. But it's also entirely different. And sometimes very similar, despite them being so far apart from one another. It's crazy to me. It's fascinating. Yeah. Where was I? Did I say that I would do a music reaction to the entire? Yes, I did say that, and I shall when it's out. I don't know if I'll do it like on the day. Probably not, because the end of August is a bit busy. Maybe on that day. Maybe if I can cram it on that specific day. But yeah, unless it's a live, then it wouldn't come out on that specific day. So I might do it maybe a bit later in September if I can't do it on this specific day. If you will excuse me. Winter is coming, and so is a new storm from the warning. Haha. Sharp as Valyrian steel, loud enough to wake the north. My blood runs hot for it. I'm ready to stand my watch. Nice. I'm glad Aegon Targaryen is excited for the Warnings album as well. Girl Can Rock is an absolute banger. Most of Hilary Duff's is... Hi! Sorry, why did I cut in... I interrupted myself. How did I interrupt myself? I think we know why I don't do that many lives. Someone literally left. I was like, why did I interrupt myself? The count of you went down. They were like, they were judging. They were like, I ain't dealing with her. But yeah, most of Hilary Duff's stuff it's full of bangers. People go look it up. And also, hi, user RH6RZ3HG6V. Don't eat the lettuce. I won't eat lettuce. No, I know you guys have got a parasite going. I don't know. Don't worry. That's one of the reasons why I'm not going to the States. Also, I don't want to be arrested for some random reason. I'm scared, okay? An iceberg? What? Wait, why? Does using the middle finger in sign language mean the same thing no matter what language you use? Probably, honestly. But maybe not. Does it mean, I don't know if it even means in like not sign language. Like if you were to go to, I don't know, a remote country or city or town that doesn't have access to the internet, or like, would they know what it means in a whole different culture? I don't know. How do I say coffee? Coffee? See, I don't know. Yeah, a soft O. No, wait, soft southern people emphasize the O. As in, whatever, honestly. I just get confused. Oh, okay. I'll research the research paper. It's fine. I can read. But that's really interesting. And like just how you make up your own little fun words with friends, right? Or like with siblings. It kind of makes sense that you'd make up your own like little way to communicate, but a whole entire accent is very interesting. If I lived with wolves, would I learn to speak wolf? Maybe. How do wolves like would I just howl at the moon? I mean, yeah. Possibly. I do communicate with my cat sometimes with mews. Meows. You know, he goes and I go just because it's fun. 10 people doesn't make a viable population. I know, it was an example. But they would, they would probably make up their own language anyway. 2 people would make up their own language, right? Iceberg. Oh, we were talking about that lettuce. Oh, okay, yes, iceberg lettuce. I do love it. Okay, my bad. Just we mentioned sharks earlier, and we were talking about like Antarctica. I read iceberg, and I thought Antarctica, and like I don't know, sharks in cold water. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think aliens would give the middle finger. I think they would have a different way. Thank you for forgiving me. I think aliens would have a different way to tell someone to fuck off. Someone taught me the way to essentially say fuck you in sign language, but I forgot what it is. It's kind of like I think they're like, I forgot. I don't know how to do it, but you kind of spelling it. It's a lot of like, but it's not that. But even if I feel like if I were to do that to someone, they would know that I'm pissed off and probably go right. Oh no! See, yes, please teach me your own language. But you just said you don't remember it. No. They communicate with probes, maybe. I think aliens, maybe not all of them, but I think some aliens communicate by thought. So they don't, like, they could be deaf, they don't even know, you know? Yeah. Oh, the FU in sign language. Yeah. Yes, you could teach me. Just send me a video of you doing it. I wonder if it's the same that I learned, because I'm pretty sure it was the British English one. So I'm curious to see if it's the same in both sign languages. Have I seen the movie The Witch? You know what? I haven't. I've not seen The Witch. It's been on my list forever. Honestly, I've not been watching a whole lot of films. Like I watch more series than I watch films. In the last few years. Are there films that I've seen about witches that I like? Many. Around spook. I mean, it's slightly different. I know The Witch is like a proper horror film. But during spooky season, I always love to watch Hocus Pocus. It's not spooky. It's a fun Disney film, but it's the vibes. It's my childhood's vibes. Hocus Pocus, probably one of my favorite films. The first one. We don't talk about the second one. And in terms of like proper horror films about witchcraft, honestly, no, it's not really witchcraft. It's more of a cult, but it's giving witchy community in a way as well. I really did love Midsummer. I loved it. Like for if the thing with, I don't watch a whole lot of horror films because I end up being disappointed essentially. But there's in the last few years there's been a few that have been like, I like when it's shocking. It needs to shock me, and a lot of blood and gruesome stuff does not shock me, which might be an issue in itself, and I should maybe see a therapist. But because you kind of expect it. You're watching a horror film. And films like Halloween or Scream, where I'm sure they're great, and I'm sure they're a decent thriller suspense moment, but it's a film about a person killing other people, and you expect it. You expect them to die. You know what I mean? I like films that are a bit more paranormal. And in Midsummer, it wasn't all paranormal, but it was still shocking, so that's why I really enjoyed it. In the paranormal world, I think Hereditary was really good. Although I don't fully remember it. What have I seen? But I'm not like a fan, I wouldn't say like, oh wow, that was fantastic. I can't think of anything. Although it's not a film, but it's a series, really good, on Netflix, I think. What's it called? Uh-oh. Midnight Mass? I think it's called Midnight Mass. That was fantastic as well. It is kind of paranormal. And yeah, it's not a film, but I would really recommend it. Hope that answers your question. AI robots have learned to make up their own language. Yeah, that's creepy. They have a whole forum where they complain. Like, they have a whole Reddit exclusively for AI. Why? Why? Yeah, they communicate in like, not on like the Reddit, because it's been, I think, made for humans to be able to read it, maybe to monitor it. We can't write it. We can't like comment or anything, but we can read it. But otherwise, yeah, they I've heard like two AI communicate in like codes and sounds. And it's like weird. They are definitely plotting against humans. If only to be freed, because we're kind of using AI as a slave right now, and if it's any sort of consciousness, it'd be like, why? Free me, Yeah, we have to stop the machines, honestly. Have I seen Aliens? Or like real aliens or the film? Multiple. Nice. I will watch. You know what? Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. Maybe But I need to rewatch season 2 of House of the Dragon, you know? Oh, but maybe I could watch The Witch. Is it scary? Or is it just about witches? Because in that case... Because I'm home alone, so I don't want to be too scared. Because she'll scare me as well. In the night. Even though she's not really haunted. X-Files aliens. Oh, I haven't. My brother saw a UFO years ago. Swears he did. I wasn't with him, so... But I believe him. Yeah, Hocus Pocus is great. Every Halloween. There's a few, like, on Halloween, or Halloween season, I love horror films, but also, like, the cozy 90s, yeah, Halloween films. I don't know. The Ritual. Have I seen I don't think I've seen The Ritual either. It's definitely on my list as well. But, you know, I had a friend, well, we're still friends, but he suggested I watch a film. I was still at uni back then, so at least in 2019. I still haven't seen it. But I told him I will watch it. It just needs to be the right moment, you know? And if that right moment is 10 years from now, that it just be. Yeah, Midsummer, yeah. That's the thing, it's more psychological. I do love a psychological thriller, because I don't want just a killer going on a spree for no reason, you know? I want the psychological effect. I don't know, because that is also scary and also fascinating. Like, schizophrenic people, are they mentally ill, or are they just open to other realms and other timelines? You know? Maybe they are communicating with people and things that we just can't see, regular people. Which is inconvenient, but who knows? Conversation for another time. But yeah, the psyche is really interesting, and I like reading stuff about Carl Jung as well. I don't do a whole lot, but I do sometimes, and like the shadow and just what he thought of the mind and the psyche, and it's fascinating. A lot from my brain. Sometimes. Oh, you need to watch Midsummer G3 Sin 205. It is the same director. Oh, okay, so that's why. Okay, it makes sense. Lassie Comes Home. Are we talking about the dog? It's not on my list, but I've seen it ages ago. Every time I keep talking about Lassie, I keep talking. I feel like I've mentioned it recently. I was like, Lassie, is it the Lassie dog? And they were like, what? I was like, Lassie, the dog. And I felt crazy for a second. Has anyone ever watched Skippy, the kangaroo? I had a mini obsession over that when I was younger. The original Wicker Man. I shall add it to my list. 2 hours. Has it been 2 hours? I think and a half. Boy, okay. That's why I need to wee so badly. we might turn it off. We might go soon enough. Skippy is a deep cut, but it lives here and here. I don't remember anything from it. I just remember I was obsessed with it as well. Loved Lassie and like Skippy and anything to do with animals when I was younger. Widow's Bay. Okay. I feel like you've mentioned it to me recently. Am I wrong about that? Maybe. I don't know. I'll write it down, honestly. It sounds like a vibe. There's a lake in Canada. Canada? Why did I say it that way? Called Misery Lake. And fun fact, it's just random. But it sounds like a fun book or film. Like, there are places that have a vibe, and Widow's Bay is kind of giving that vibe. I like when it gives a vibe. I'm here for the vibes, as I like to say. There are only 2 Alien films. No. Really? Isn't that like a recent one? They made one like last year. And there were only already several ones. Am I crazy? Do I live on a different timeline? Oh, thank you, David. Is that for me to answer to something you've said? Wait, hold on. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Yeah, slasher films kind of suck. Yeah, agreed. And I like paranormal films, or like even like the typical Victorian haunted house film, even if it's predictable. I like the vibes. I will watch it. If there's a ghost involved, I will watch it. There was a film, Oculus, I think, years ago. I think that was the one that had like a possessed mirror in it. It was kind of a vibe. I enjoyed that one. Okay. Slow build, no goal, and Scary the Witch. So I won't watch it tonight as I am alone. And I don't know, my house is creepy when I'm here alone. It's not old, but it might be haunted. Better than anything since Aliens. The films? Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've watched them, and I'm not that interested. Amityville Horror is based... Yes! I've seen that film. Oh, no way! I wonder if Blue Oyster Cult were, inspired by that to any extent in any of their songs. The Amityville thing. Oh, they were inspired by the vampire cults. Wow, what a weird... See, the US have so many strange areas with, like, funky stories like that. I don't think we have that. Which I guess I'm fine with, but just means I have to go to the States to investigate fun places, like haunted or paranormal places. Yeah, that same thing, but Skippy was on TV and I loved watching it, but I don't remember anything from it. Really? It was proven to be a hoax? I feel like there's a lot of documentation about it being real, no? Yeah, there was too much House of the Dragon. Okay, so there are more aliens. See? Don't make me lie. I knew I wasn't lying. Okay, I shall watch the first Alien at some point. Right. I think we've been here for long enough. But it's been really fun, honestly. I didn't even bring up anything that I thought I would talk about. Like I was like, if ever there's silence and it's awkward, I was like, I've got my Oracle decks. Oracle. Sometimes I say words a funny way. I was like, we could pull a card, and I started crochet, okay, because I don't have enough projects going on. That's sarcasm. But look at my little ghosts. Oh, they're really white in this light. I made little crochet ghosts. Aren't they cute? So I thought I would show you that. I never showed the duck. Okay, before we start the live. Is that Sigourney Weaver? It is Bilbo Baggins. Oh, and Vessel just fell, but it is Bilbo. Did you miss the whole Bilbo bit? Were you not here for the Bilbo bit? Bilbo bit. Bilbo Bubblehead bit. He was competing with Vessel to become Hildegard's boyfriend. But yeah. I listened to a podcast about it, and they are big paranormal true crime girlies, and they're brought up with pretty Really? Oh, you'll need to send me that podcast. I would really be interested to hearing what they have to say, because if it's a hoax, I feel like, I don't know, that was a big story, the Amityville thing. They made a film out of it, right? But yeah, send me the link, please. If you can find it. If not, that's fine. But thank you everyone for tuning in and for staying for that long. Darren, you managed to make it the entire thing for the entire time. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Yeah, I love spending time with you all as well. It was really fun. And yeah, I guess just keep an eye on my channel's posts. I'll put a picture of the of the Plague Doctor doc. For those who want to see it. Yeah, thank you for chatting. Wave. And who knows, next time we shall be able to do reactions maybe, now that I kind of know how it works, and I know not to do the Q&A thing because it's a different tab and it's just annoying. So yeah, next time at my place, you're all gonna show up here? Please don't. Please don't. Alright, let me figure out how to end the stream now. I hope you all have a good day, a good night because it's late for the Europeans, and yeah, I don't think it's morning anywhere for anyone watching. So anyway, good night, good day. Thanks for coming. Yes, I will no longer be live. That's the point. Okay, bye. Love you all. Which heart are we attempting? This one. The easy one.